Hello, this is a gold futures technical analysis, and I am looking at currently the 1 hour time frame. And I'm looking at the next buy zone to be a net of buys at the range of 2,337.5 to 2,341.5. When I mean a net of buys, I mean you take, for example, 4 or 5 orders with still the budget that you want, and you divide up the chunks of buy. So you're actually spreading out your buys and not doing it in one time. It lowers your standard of the risk. It averages out your entry. You can put, I mean, I could put the buy at the top of that range and then risk more as it goes down, or I could put it at the bottom of the range and possibly miss my fill. So that is the balance that I find for that. And because this is a bull flag, we've got a good chance if this bounces up. By the way, I might be missing this because it might be also rebounding just below 2,350, but I'm not going to chase the price. Okay, if I miss it, I'm going to find another entry later. I am looking at the reason that I'm looking at the zone that I mentioned is that yesterday's value area high at the volume profile is the it's just below that 41 and a half. And also we've got sorry the first standard deviation, the upper standard deviation of the VWAP is around the 41, and we have just around the 37, 38. We've got the value area high of yesterday. Okay, so that is the reason that I'm looking at it. And for those that are looking at TradingView or whatever chart you have, it's also the zone of these highs. There's a few lows here with the reaction, and of course this area as well. So basically, if you're looking at steps, we're trying to target those steps. There's people that put their stops for the long, put their stops at about there, this high, and this high as well, and the market makers might want to stop them out, hunt their stop, as they say. So um, if this doesn't work, and I'll show you how I try to fish that local bottom with a very tight stop. Okay, so let's look at the long position drawing tool. Now the average of 37 and a half and 41 and a half is 39 and a half. Okay, so let's just show an example. In this case, what the trade could look like. The entry price is at 39 and a half. Okay, and my stop needs to be, there's also an EMA 20 on the daily, just above the 2,333. So I've got to be above that. Okay, I can't have my stop below that. So that makes my stop relatively far for leverage traders. Okay, so I'm going to put it here at let's make it a 0.5% of a risk. Okay, let's do that so it'll be exactly 0.5% of a risk. Stop level, there we go. It says here half. Okay, and basically my theory is that I'm gonna bounce and get to that testing of that, right, of this potential bull channel, right? There's one, almost two, three, and it'll be the fourth touch. Okay, so there I'll be taking partial profits and taking half of the position off. Okay, so half off in this range, and just even just below it, is already 2.84 to 1 on my risk. Okay, I'll be targeting 1.43% and risking 0.5%. That's already a legit risk reward versus risk. But I'm not stopping there because bull flags, if they break up to the upside, then they make a new high. Okay, so basically my next profit target can be, for example, around here. 2,430 or 29, which is already 7.5 to 1 if I keep my stop. And then the final target, that high, is close to a 9.25 to 1. Okay, and I can even keep a little bit above that because gold can be, making a new all-time high, going a little bit beyond that even. Okay, so that's for your consideration. What I'm showing here is that because also this potential bull flag and yesterday's key levels that I mentioned, the value area high, etc., then I have a very good reward versus risk uh, junction here, if it even fills, right? Now, in case it doesn't, and I lost that 0.5%, okay, then this dotted line is the mid channel. There's also a little bit of this reddish trend line here. Okay, that can be maybe around here, and that's around 2,320. But again, I'll be looking at it, later if I get stopped out. If, for example, we do something like this and get to this area, okay, this is a beautiful buy for me, for my money. Okay, we've got these the lower band. In this case, even if people took shorts and are earning a lot on their shorts, a lot of them will be covering here. Okay, at least partial covering, which gives you a good chance of a bounce. You can quickly take out some partial profit. You can quickly raise your stop, okay, to have a riskless trade. And of course, you've got a big potential, at least for this mid channel, and also back to the top band of the channel. So those are the things to look at. In summary, I'm trying to fill a long position at range 2,337.5 to 2,341.5. Trade at your own risk, and do visit Forex Live for additional